and again, and again, and again, Mr. Woods. 8/14/23, assault of a family member. 6/9/24, violation of protective order, assault bodily injury. Another assault bodily injury. February of 24, assault of a pregnant person for which you're on deferred now, and now you've picked up another. You now stand charged with criminal mischief. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases, all in a matter of months. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you. Mr. Woods.
Yes, Judge. The defendant was traveling with the complainant to go see the defendant's child with his child's mother. The defendant continued attempting to be sexual with his child's mother, and the complainant engaged in a verbal altercation with the defendant. Upon arriving home, the defendant exited the vehicle, and the complainant drove to a store close to her home. The defendant took the complainant's iPad and walked and followed the complainant to the Kroger. The defendant then jumped on the complainant's hood as she was driving and struck her window multiple times with a rock, causing damage to her vehicle. Estimated damage was $300.
Who is the complaining witness in this case?
The complaining witness in this case is a Jacqueline Perry, who is the same complainant in the assault of a pregnant person.
Tell me he's not supposed to have contact with this complaining witness? Guys,
Morgan.
Mr. Woods is on deferred for assault of a pregnant person.
Yes, Judge. I'm handling the felony prosecutor right now.
Was he, as a condition of that, not to?
No threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with the complainant in that case.
Mr. Woods, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. If you fail to go take the test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to revoke your bond, and I'm going to make it so high. On one ankle, I'm going to put a GPS monitor because I'm ordering you not to have contact with this person, and you've shown repeatedly that you are incapable of following bond conditions. And I'm going to put a 1,000-foot radius that you're not to have any contact with this person. You're not to have any weapons. You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to test you repeatedly so I know that you're not using, but I'm sending you now for a drug test. Like I said, you failed the test, and if you fail to come back, things will not go well. Do you understand, Mr. Woods? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Take a seat for me. Mr. Burrows, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked.
In a tense Harris County courtroom, Judge David Fleischer stares down a defendant with 6 open cases in just a few months. The list of charges: assault, violating protective orders, attacking a pregnant person, paints a horrifying picture. The judge's voice is ice as he outlines the new allegation. The man followed his victim to a store, jumped on her car hood, and smashed her window with a rock. With a history of ignoring court orders, the defendant has run out of chances. Judge Fleischer's warning is simple and severe: one more misstep, and the full weight of justice will come crashing down.
Got an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail. It is probated for 12 months. As part of the probation, you will do a DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels. You must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill those conditions. No breath test refusal, meaning if you were pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must submit. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. Guardian interlock, 30 hours of community service, a $100 donation, one time to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, no drugs, no alcohol. Random analysis. Is this how you understand the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Does he have any prior DWIs?
He had one that was dismissed a long time ago, and it was no probable cause based on no alcohol consumption out of Galveston. So
Yes,
we tried
Judge.
to get a pizza at the Courtroom, but it's just because of that. He had a theft when he was a kid, like 17 years old, but it was
Just one.
yeah, but he was kind of he he was 17 and he had an employee theft, and then he picked up another theft, but they didn't revoke his probation. It was like $100 from a cash register, but that was a long time ago. He's a volleyball coach. He's a good citizen. He's a good guy. He's turned his life around. His parents are here to support him. He made a mistake this night drinking. He understands that. He's taking responsibility for that. He's doing whatever he can to move forward. And he's in a financial hardship now. That's why we're asking for a reduction in the DPS fine. I've worked with him on payment plans and stuff. I'm going to waive all my fees so he can succeed.
The question is, at what point do you get it, Mr. Burrows? You know, you've already had one DWI dismissed. You now have another one. While you're on bond, you have bond violations. So for you to come here and tell me that you've changed and that you're a different person and this and that goes in one ear, goes out the other. I don't believe it. Actions speak louder than words. And you can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself, you know, and your record, you know, life is hard enough being a young black man in America today, right? And the more convictions you get, all you're doing is you're making life more difficult. With these theft cases that you get, with these DWI, I mean, it's one of the worst cases that you can possibly pick up, because these theft cases brands you as a thief, and people are scared to hire potential thieves, because I am always going to be thinking, well, if I hire him to work for me, I know that he's got not only one prior theft, but 2 prior thefts. Is he going to steal from me? Same thing now happens with the DWI. You've had one dismissed, now you have another one. What's it going to take for you to get that we mean business, that public safety is our primary concern? And when you don't get it, and when you continue to pick up criminal cases, there are really grave consequences. You need to understand that from now on, after today, you're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail. No, hold on a second. $90 days in jail at a minimum for any new cases you pick up here in county court. Don't matter how small it is, from now on, you are looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail. Not only that, you pick up another theft, you could be potentially charged with a felony, because they use those as a stepladder to enhance punishment. And when you don't get it, they combine all those to kick it up to felony court. You could be potentially facing that. You pick up another theft case as well. At some point, you got to get it. And I hope that this is it. And usually, in my experience, being here, at times when we go too easy on people, they still don't get it. You're skirting out of here today. You're getting probation. You're getting no jail time. You're not getting your license suspended. Now they want me to waive. Michael wants me to waive the fines and fees. I mean,
I think he has his family.
why would we reward? You know,
I want him to succeed, and that's what I think the problem is, that if he doesn't have the money to succeed, it's going to be very hard. He's going to try everything in his power to succeed financially. I just think that's going to be a burden on him. I took it upon myself to forego my fees, and I'm doing whatever I can to help him.
and that's great.
Yeah, I understand
Michael,
that. I just don't think he can't afford it. He physically can't afford it. We're putting the burden on his parents, who are here to support him. They're in the back. They're here. He's going to be staying with them to produce his whatever fees he has to try to, get back on his feet. But he's trying, Judge. He is. He's been in constant contact with me. We talk every other day. He's literally trying. He really is. And I think if you give him a shot here, he's going to do whatever he can to,
I don't have to accept this agreement. I could say, no, I don't want this. Well, jail time. I will accept your agreement, Mr. Burrows, but I want you to understand that if you come back here and try to tell me that you test positive again because of makeup, that kind of excuse is such that every single person who puts makeup on gets intoxicated. Really? So if you come up here while you're on this probation and you test positive for alcohol, it tells me that you have a problem. And I'm giving you fair warning now that you will go into a rehab facility. I can amend the conditions to put you in a lockdown rehab facility for, at a minimum, 9 months to 10 months, if you respond well to treatment. I will accept it, but I'm telling you now, if you test positive for whatever it may be, get ready. And I hope that I mean, and I want to read a repeat offender DPI education class. I don't want just a garden variety. Your record speaks and tells everyone in the whole world about you. So if you ever get pulled over again, you need to understand that you will probably get harassed. So if I were you, I wouldn't ever, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, a glass of wine, I wouldn't get into a car because you're begging for trouble. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record, Mr. Burrows. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. From now on, like I said, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You must do your classes on time. You pick up a new case, you test positive for alcohol, you know what's going to happen. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out, and we're going to talk about if you violated, if you did, how, and what the appropriate remedy will be. And it could be 180 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, guilty or not?
Yes, sir.
You need to understand that one of the things that they're ordering you to do is a TRAS. This is an evaluation. They may assess intensive outpatient treatment. Who's done the TRAS?
Recommended IOP SOP.
Okay, I think that's a good thing, right?
May I say a word, please?
Sure thing.
Once again, I do appreciate, the second chance. When I went to jail for a year when I was 17, and that's when I was in high school. It's been 18 years ago. I've been a completely different person. I coach volleyball. I do a lot. I do give back a lot, and I do understand that this record will carry on without my life. I've already realized that, and I've been doing things a lot different. I did make a mistake. I did end up, drinking and driving. The first case, I do admit. After that, I haven't told you a lie at all. It was more than just makeup. It was paint, body paint, full transformation. I do a lot on Halloween. I did not know that I was seeking to my ankle, and I haven't lied to you about that. Once again, I do appreciate the second chance. I'm a lot different than what my record says I am. That happened when I was in high school, 17, 18. I'm 35 now. I haven't been in trouble since. I know you did see DWI on there. I was leaving work, didn't have a sip of alcohol. I asked to do a breathalyzer. They wouldn't let me do a breathalyzer. That was leaving from chemo. They have an ongoing case. I didn't have a sip of alcohol. That's the reason why I got thrown out. I didn't have a sip of alcohol. I asked them to do a breathalyzer. I was being harassed for that whole
Talking about
month.
the first case.
Sir.
Galveston.
I was being harassed for a whole month. 14 times I got pulled over. The last time before that one, I told them, I said, there's a reason why you're pulling me over. And that's why I told them. The next time I got pulled over, I got pulled over on 146. They didn't even give me a chance to even do a breathalyzer. And that's the reason why I got thrown out. Is because I asked to do a breathalyzer. They didn't take my blood, didn't take anything. They wanted to take me to jail because of some beef that's happening in between the chemo bars and chemo PD. I changed my life a lot. I didn't lie to you last time I was here. I wasn't aware that would set off my scram device. I had super glue that I was putting fingernail polish remover. Last time I didn't speak because I was on my anxiety medication, so I didn't really speak, but I can speak a lot better today because I haven't taken it the last 2 days. But that's what ended up happening. Once again, I do appreciate you for giving me a second chance, but just want to let you know I didn't lie to you last time I was here.
If you think that people and officers messed with you last time, what do you think is going to happen now?
I do understand that, sir.
And
I do understand.
the only thing that I'm trying to impart to you is don't give them the ability to do that by smelling like alcohol, smelling like weed. Because when you get into a car, the faintest, funkiest smell of whatever, it's a great excuse for them to take you down.
Yes, sir. This time I did drink. I did not admit
Look,
that.
you don't
Yes,
have
sir.
to say anything now, but
Yes, sir.
I want you to appreciate the gravity of it, because when officers like me, I don't know you. I have but a mere 10 seconds, 20 seconds, maybe 5 minutes to get to know who Sydney Burroughs is.
Yes, sir.
One of the things I use to find out who you are is your record.
I understand.
So when an officer pulls you over, they're going to see DWI, theft. And I don't know if there's other things as well, because I don't get access to everything. But when they see that, they're going to be, holy moly. If they go up to your car, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, if they have a DWI 1, if they have a DWI 2nd, and now they come up to you and they smell something,
I do understand.
don't give them ammunition to fire a gun at you. Life is hard enough as it is. Anyways, look,
Yes, sir.
done preaching. So just comply with these things and we will be happy.
Yes, sir.
Michael, and I'm going to tell you now that I will waive your core costs and your supervisory fees.
Thank you, Judge.
But if you come back with another DWI, I want you to understand that the next time on a second, you're facing around $6,000 at a minimum of supervisory fees, not to mention court costs of another $500-600. So it's on a second DWI, you're facing around $7,000.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Get the message. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
So what do you have now? Do you have the scram?
Yeah, he'd like the interlock, what they agreed to.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm okay with that. First, you got to get the interlock. Once you get the interlock, we'll take the scram off. I've been paying for your device now. While you're on probation, I can't pay for it. You're gonna have to pay for that yourself.
Yes, sir. I understand.
But I'm gonna, cut his fines and fees, please. I'm literally taking all the money away. Money is never the issue. It's doing what you're supposed to do in the time you're supposed to do it.
Yes, sir. I understand.
I really wish you the best of luck, Mr. Burroughs. We want the best for you. And we're just trying to make you get a clue. That's all. Just don't be a danger to the public. That's all we want.
Yes, sir. I understand.
All right, man. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Is it Fernanda Solis Martinez?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On November 19th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas, in response to a family disturbance. Upon arrival, the officer met with the complainant, who stated that he and the defendant, his sister, got into a verbal argument that turned physical. Both parties admitted to striking one another, and the defendant walked over to the complainant's computer and began hitting the computer monitor with a PS5 controller, causing damage. The officer observed the monitor to be shattered, and there was also damage to the headset and controller. The complainant estimates the cost of damage to be $1,120.
Okay, Ms. Solis, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. How old are you, ma'am?
I'm 22.
Are you here with anyone today?
I'm
Are
sorry.
you here with anyone today? What do you do for a living?
Nurse student in Memorial Herman.
Do you have any kind of income whatsoever?
I would say I make about 1,000 a year, 1,000 a week.
All right, would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna have you fill out an application with Stephen. We need to work and we need to figure out what we're gonna do, because typically in these types of cases, I bar you from having contact with the complaining witness in this case, meaning that you're not allowed to have contact with your brother.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know where you live. I don't know if you live with him. So what I'm gonna, don't say anything now. I have a bunch of DAs here. What you say could hurt you. I'll appoint you a lawyer today, but we need to find out the family dynamic, because if you pick up a new case, you start acting a fool in the free world, I'm going to take the free world away from you and I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to make your bond high. And you have to understand that if you don't have anyone that's going to post your bond, you will sit there in jail until this case is over with. And I'm going to tell you, it takes about 9 months just to get a 911 tape, and all that you're working for, all that schooling to become a nurse, where does it go? Right. So we'll figure out that here momentarily. So, do not leave until we let you go though. Okay. Stephen's going to give the application. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria, and then we'll have you take a signature, please. So I am putting some conditions on your bond now, Ms. Solis. Okay. The 2 conditions I'm placing on your bond now is that you're not to have, or not to be in possession of any weapons. And I'm also ordering you not to have any threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with a Mr. Martinez, your brother.
Brother, yes.
Okay? I want you to understand what is threatening or harassing. Doesn't matter what you think is threatening or harassing. I could give a rat's behind what you think is threatening or harassing them. It's what he perceives. So if you get into an argument with him and you still look, just, is that threatening, harassing? It is. And it can land you back in jail. If you pick up a new case, you violate conditions. No matter how old you are, I don't care. I'm going to put you in jail and I will protect every person in my county. I don't care that it's your brother, it's your mother, father, whoever it may be. Do you understand? Ray, did you want to say anything?
No, Judge, we talked about the no threatening or harassing, and I've explained to her that the state is offering restitution. I just need to get the PTI contract and the restitution receipt so we could get all that paid.
You know, the other thing that you have to understand is that at some point you're going to start working, right? When you start building up a criminal record, employers look at this and they see that it's a potential liability because they may now think, wow, she now has this mischief. Even if it gets dismissed, people can still see it. Man, is she a danger? Is she going to explode on us if she loses her temper? That's what people think. You need to consider this. The older you get, your actions have consequences and it can really impact your future. If you want to become a nurse, this may, form a barrier for you. Consider this when you're out there in the free world. Do you have any questions?
I do. For the no weapons, is that like forever? Like for all my life, I can't have any weapons?
While this case is open.
While this case is open.
While this case is open, you're not to have any weapons whatsoever.
Okay.
We've given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Vasquez. You can see him on the TV there. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're not responding to phone calls, text messages, I will issue a warrant of arrest. Stay in contact, do what you're supposed to do, and then things will turn out well.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right? We'll have you sign this here now. We'll get you to sign a reset, and then after that, you're on your way. All right? Yes,
Happy
ma'am.
Thanksgiving.
You too.
You all right?
You all right?
Okay.
I'm not happy with you, Mr. Shelby. Why am I not happy with you? Therein lies the problem. You don't even know what kind of bond conditions you have, and it's your second bond violation. What, am I supposed to let you go again? No, I'm not going to do that. We asked you, and you have a very serious case. We asked you to conform with these bond conditions, and you can't, and you have not. So what am I supposed to do?
His thing has been charged since I spoke to him. When did I first speak to you? After,
Today.
no, I spoke to you like right after Thanksgiving and told you you had to keep your ankle monitor charged, didn't I?
Yes,
Has it
ma'am.
been charged since then?
Yes, ma'am.
Why wasn't it charged on the 24th of November? Are you homeless?
No.
Do you have access to an outlet?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why wasn't it charged on the 24th
I
of
was,
November?
I was late.
Late where?
Felicia,
Yes, Judge.
is this device operational right now?
Yes, it's operational right now, but it just keeps hitting 1%. And it states here from our case manager that we've over and over again repeated to charge the device. But it keeps hitting 1% consistently. I see tons of notifications here where it's charge device, charge device, charge device, please charge the device. Come to the office if you're having issues, charge the device. They're quite expensive.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but you're not complying with the bond conditions, Mr. Shelby. I let you out of jail. I asked you to do one thing and you're not doing it. You've already failed me once. Am I supposed to let you go again?
So, yeah.
No, that's not the right answer. You're not charging your device. It goes with you. John.
Yes, may I bring up Mr. Celestino and his mom, Judge? This is an off docket. This is the one that you told us we can come back this week. He's the one that you put a curfew, and he works during the curfew hours. Hold on, before you just come up.
He's already, it's okay, come on up. Mama,
Judge, we have an interpreter here because she doesn't.
that's okay.
Judge, I asked mom to come because, she knows about his work schedule. He's talked to his supervisor. They just don't have any time slots for him to work except for the second shift, which is from 3 in the afternoon and sometimes 2 or 3 at night. And I talked to mom, she's assured me that that's where he is, that's where he works. That's where she can help monitor, but he just needs to get back to work. They rely on some.
What is your cause number? Do you mind?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Judge. It is 251
Okay,
7372, Judge.
thank you so much for coming. Mom, thank you for coming. The problem I have is that he's charged with a very serious offense. He's young. And while he's on bond for this case, he's continued to mess up. It's not the first time I brought him back here for violating conditions of his bond. He has had bond violations in that he's continuing to mess up. And it scares me to let a 17-year-old out at 3 a.m. because I don't know what's going on at 3 a.m. and it's hard for me to monitor. So how do I know he's not going to be out there consuming alcohol at 3 a.m? That's what scares me.
Finish talking to your mom.
So a lot of people tell me that they're doing one thing, and then when they leave and they go out the doors, they do something completely different. And so that's why it scares me. What he's charged with, he's continued to have violations while he's on bond, and now he wants me to let him out at 3 a.m. I understand he's saying he's working, but
Él tiene que pagar biles
He has bills to pay.
y yo voy a estar monitoreándolo. Él sale a las 3 de la tarde y sale a las 2 de la mañana.
He leaves at 3 p.m. and finishes at 2 a.m.
Yo entro a mi trabajo a las 3 de la mañana y salgo a las 2 de la tarde. Yo lo
I
llevo
go
al
to my work
trabajo
at 3 a.m. and finish at 2, so I take him to work.
y alguien, yo hablo con su compañero del trabajo y él trae a esa hora.
And I speak with a coworker of his that then brings him back home.
Y él no se va a ir para ningún lado porque yo hablo con el muchacho que lo lleva a la casa y me dice que él ya está ahí en la casa.
He doesn't go anywhere else. I speak with his coworker and he lets me know whenever he's brought him home. And he won't go anywhere else.
Ms. Siegler, are you familiar with this? Can I? What? Right. So what we have here is we have a young 17-year-old with the BWI, right? He's on bond. The case is old. I mean, what are we doing anyways?
The problem is, he's a .18, and we're trying to get all this mitigation stuff in. I think,
He's a .18 and he's a 17-year-old?
And so we gotta get that mitigation in. You won't accept the time served, so it's out of mitigation or probation, so I'm trying to get that in as fast as I can. Nathan has already told me that there's already a quitting clock, so I'm trying to get that. I turn him around as fast as I can.
I don't want to be blamed for not taking a time served. If he wants to take a time served, then he can take a time served. But you need to understand is that when you plead guilty, it stays with you for the rest of your life.
I will explain that.
I never think it's a good idea at 17-year-old to potentially shut a door when you have the ability, if you're granted entry into this program, to try to get this dismissed. A lot of people take a half-assed approach to things in life. When you take a half-assed approach, you get that same kind of result.
So you say it's a program?
When you plead guilty to an offense, you can never undo that. You're stuck with it for the rest of your life. And when you get a conviction on your record, it's going to hurt you. So
I'm basing that on what is pretty much state standard, right, on the first time you get the option. And, there's only 3 options. There's not service, probation, PTI clock is running not only because the case is getting older, it's because I haven't been telling. So we're going to cut down in the last week, within the next couple of weeks. If that's going to be a wrap. Now, I haven't talked to him about the other one. You just did, because when I talked to you before, you indicated to me that you were going to go down that path.
Next, a young man stands before the bench, charged with DWI. His lawyer pleads that he's a changed person, a volleyball coach with supportive parents. But Judge Fleischer sees a record littered with thefts and a previous DWI dismissal. The judge delivers a raw, life-altering lecture. Life is hard enough being a young black man in America today, and you're making it more difficult. He grants probation but issues a chilling prophecy: fail a drug test, and you'll be locked in rehab for 9 months. It's a stark lesson that actions, not words, define your future.
It's just, look, they have this program. It's a diversion program. If you're granted entry into it and you complete it successfully, the case gets dismissed. Your case is old and it's time to make a decision. If you want to do it, then that's what you got to do. If you want to take the easy way out, I'm happy that you can do that as well. It's up to you guys, but you need to make a decision. The reason we're here now is because he wants to be out in the middle of the night working, right? But, you know, it's a DWI and we have a positive blow, or we have a bond violation report from about 2 weeks ago where he tested positive for alcohol. So that's why I'm scared to just let him out in the middle of the night. When he got this bond violation 2 weeks ago, was he working in the middle of the night?
He's been working. He's been working. I mean, in that particular incident, Judge, I don't know, but he's been working for a while. And I think he mentioned to me that it was a really bad choice when you were at a family gathering. Is that right? It was like, it wasn't at night, it was during the day when that happened.
And then Judge, after when I got out of custody, the same day I got out, I went to work, then went to work Saturday, and Sundays I don't work.
What does he have on him now? Does he have anything on him now? A scram?
Yeah, you put an ankle monitor. The problem is that.
How's he?
The last name, sir?
Celestino.
I have to get, it's not on docket. I have to get to give you a cause number.
He does, as part of his new bond condition, when he got out, he's on a.
Yes.
251 7372.
Yes, I have a GPS device with a review and then a SRAM device as of the.
Has he been good on the scram?
So let me just double check.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Assuming he's negative, I mean, what are your thoughts?
I think that we definitely want to keep them on the SRAM and GPS.
Well, that goes up, of course. But I mean, as far as letting him out at 3 in the month and, you know, working, what time did you want to work?
The shift I'm in is from 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. And then the other shift, which is day shift, it would be from 4 a.m. to 2 p.m.
So which shift are you planning on working?
I'm trying to stay in night shift so I could go to college starting January.
So which shift do you want to work? So is it the 4 a.m. to, or is it?
This is 3 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Say it again?
3 p.m. to 2 a.m.
That's the shift that you want to do?
That's what he's currently.
Judge, I'm reaching out right now to get an updated compliance check due to the holidays. I just don't see an update on it. For the SRAM report, somebody should be getting back to me very shortly.
So let's do this. I will allow you to work, but if I find any other issues, then I'm going to take you off. And you don't have all night. No, it's you from 3 p.m. until 3 a.m. is when you have to be home. Do you understand?
Sir.
If you're out at 4 in the morning, if you're out at 5 in the morning, if you test positive for anything, it's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Sir.
Number one. Number two, I'm giving you 2 weeks to get all the documents ready for this program. Your case is old and it's time to do something now. So
I just want to let you know that the case was reset till 9th of January already. That's the reset you gave me before. And this is about it, just to try to clear it with you. I mean, that's reasonable because I think the program, according to my intel, we got to get that in within the next couple of weeks anyway. I just didn't know whether or not you wanted to come back to it. You said.
well, yeah, because he needs to do a TRAS regardless. So I guess let's do this. I'm not going to set it all the way out to January 9th because it's old. I'll give you the 4 weeks, John. But at that time, when he comes back, we need to have a decision made as to whether he wants to get into this program, to get into the diversion. If he does, he has to have all documents in by the next setting.
Absolutely.
And then we'll send him to go get a TRS done at that time. Don't drink alcohol. And if you don't have a license, do not drive. Do you understand?
Sir.
If you fail me again, it's really not going to go well. Do not use alcohol. He's not driving, is he? Or is he driving? Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yeah, I did. And then at the time of the DWI, I had insurance too.
¿Tiene aseguranza ahora?
Yeah.
Okay. No puede manejar sin licencia, sin aseguranza. All right. Okay. Si él tiene un positivo de nuevo, lo voy a encerrar. No me importa la excusa. Okay. A las 3 de la mañana en la casa.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just we'll bring it back with first.
Okay. Done. But everything. All right. Okay, Mr. Celestino, make me proud, man. This is it.
That's
Thank you. Thank you.
That's time.
What did we learn?
Not drive.
Don't drive whatsoever. You violate any more conditions, I'm going to go absolutely bonkers on your bail and your bond. Do you understand? The next time, triple, if not quadruple, if you violate conditions again, I will not allow you to continue to endanger my public. Do you understand, Mr. Gonzalez? No consuming alcohol or dope and no more driving. You pick up a third case, holy moly. So where are we as far as, you said community service and what else? How much is restitution?
$1,000.
$1,000.
Yes, sir.
Have you spoken to see how long it will take to get $1,000?
I haven't spoken with him yet. He has a doctor tire shop that he works on the weekends when he's out of school.
Someone's got money because they just posted a 20,004 bond for you. So I don't want any more issues. Do you understand? I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test today. And I'm now going to also give you a curfew. I don't want you out in the middle of the night. I'm going to put a GPS monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not messing around and not screwing up. Do you understand? Okay. All right. Okay, Sonia, we'll give you a normal reset, but curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. No drugs, no alcohol. And what are you in school? What are you doing with yourself these days?
I'm fixing to graduate on December.
It would really be a shame to really waste your life away because of this. I'm going to tell you that if you ever want a good job in life, if you ever want to do something meaningful in your life, racking up criminal cases is just continually to shoot yourself in the foot. Life doesn't get easier the older you get. It becomes more difficult. You get bigger, fatter, uglier, you lose hair. Life doesn't get easier. It gets more difficult. And the more convictions you rack up, all you're doing is you make yourself unemployable. At some point, if you really want to make a difference in this life, you do it with education, not what you're doing now. You graduate from high school, you go to college. The more knowledge you have in this life, the more money you're going to make. And the more money you make, the happier most times life is. Do you understand? That's what life's about. Making a lot of money and doing great things, not racking up convictions and being back in jail over and over. But if you test positive or you pick up a new case, I'm going to go nuts. Do you understand? Okay, man. All right, son. You, Perez Gabriel.
Sir.
Sir, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes. Okay. On November 21st, 2024, officers were informed of a street takeover set to take place at a restaurant depot parking lot located in Harris County, Texas. The officers conducted surveillance of the location in an undercover capacity and observed the defendant's motor vehicle enter the pit and conduct 15 to 20 donuts. The vehicle got within 10 to 20 feet of several parked occupied vehicles, and there were approximately 100 vehicles in the parking lots. The officer conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle after this incident, and upon contact, the defendant admitted to performing donuts in the parking lot.
Got it. Mr. Perez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir?
Sir,
How old are you, sir?
19.
You are not allowed to participate in this kind of behavior again. And if I find that you do, the first thing I'm going to do is I will put you in jail. The next thing, I will take your ability to drive away from you. Living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive blows. Trust me, don't do it. There are other places in Houston that you can partake in this type of action, not in the public. District attorneys have full power to seize and take cars from individuals who participate in this kind of behavior. And our legislature has made it very easy for them to seize and take cars from people who do this. And I've seen them do it. You like your car, they'll take it from you. So be careful how you behave. Do you understand?
Sure.
Tell me, what do you do for a living?
Work at a mechanic shop right now.
What kind of money do you make?
600 a week.
What kind of car was he driving, Alex?
A Ford Mustang.
What year?
It just says a white Ford Mustang.
Can you run his license, please?
Yes, Judge.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Sir.
Then you are not allowed to drive.
Sir.
You understand? Until I know that you have car insurance, I'm making it a condition of your bond that you're not to drive. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. I put someone in jail, not this past weekend, and made their bond extremely high because they violated this very same thing. Do you understand? Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, Mr. Perez? Did you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. If you drove here, you may not drive home. Do you understand?
Sir. Is there any type of course or something I could take? Maybe.
I can't give you legal advice. You need to get a lawyer, and the lawyer can advise you properly. The only thing I'm telling you now is do not drive until you have car insurance and you get approval from us. We'll be signing an affidavit with me today, so heed this warning. You won't get another one.
Sure.
You understand? Come on.
Was that also held with state?
No, because I got the affidavit. Just, you can go. Good morning, Ms. Beck. Ma'am, you're charged with 2 cases. You were charged with theft. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. The officer initiated a traffic stop in Harris County, Texas, after observing the co-defendant run a red light. When the officer approached, he noticed in plain view on the center console a bag of marijuana. The co-defendant was in the driver's seat and the defendant was the front passenger. The officer observed the defendant was not wearing a seatbelt and the co-defendant provided a false ID and was temporarily detained. During the PC search of the vehicle, the officer located additional marijuana and found unprescribed Adderall inside a fanny pack that the co-defendant had in possession. The officer ran the defendant's information and found she had an active warrant out of Harris County, and the defendant also admitted to having a gun in her purse. The defendant took ownership of the Adderall and marijuana found in the car. And for the theft,
Is she on bond in that case?
I think she's on bond for that one, yes.
No.
Over.
Was she on bond for the theft case and then she picked up a new case?
Let me see.
No, it looks like it was a 2D. Yeah. Was there a co-defendant on that, on this first, on the UCW?
Yes, Judge, he has a photo ID of his court.
Okay. What is the cost? Is that on today? No.
Or no, I'm sorry, it's on, or no, it's on today. It's on page 23, Judge. Yeah.
Okay, so so no contact with the co-defendant, and then, we need to do PC on the theft because we haven't done that. All right.
So for the theft on March 11th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a theft at a Walmart in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the complainant, the loss prevention officer, who stated the defendant entered the business and it was accompanied by another black female. The defendant was observed placing merchandise inside a large bag and using other merchandise to cover the bag from the surveillance camera view as the defendant continued to conceal merchandise inside the bag. When the defendant was at the cashier checkout, the defendant was observed scanning some items at the checkout, but did not scan all of the merchandise. The defendant then walked past all points of sale without attempt to purchase further merchandise. The defendant was stopped, where the defendant was asked to return the merchandise, and the total was $121.31.
Got it. All right, Ms. Beck, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on both of your cases. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go to any Walmart. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons. If I find that you violate either of these conditions, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, man?
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I work in a school. I work in a school.
The second degree felony that they should pick up, 4 to 200, is that the Adderall case?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using likewise, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes.
What do you have an income? How do you support yourself, man?
I work and I go to school to be a surgical tech.
So do you have an income? What kind of money do you make a month?
3,500.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I'm going to first have you get a Victoria sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go. You already have 3 open cases. You pick up another one, it's really not going to go well, man. Just don't go to Walmart. Don't use. Don't have any weapons. Did you guys want to add?
Your Honor, I was just wondering, are these case conditions?
No, I'm going to have her monitored because she has the open
Yes.
PCS, so I'm ordering her not to use.
Yes, Judge.
So don't worry about it. So did you get it? No contact with the co-defendant?
No contact, no Walmarts, no drugs, alcohol, right?
Yep. All right. All right, Ms. Beck, good luck. You are Alex Rojas. Mr. Rojas, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. The complainant and the defendant are in a common law marriage, and on August 26, 2024, he also responded to a family disturbance. The complainant and defendant were in a verbal argument because the defendant accused her of cheating, and the defendant pushed her on the left rib area, causing her to fall and causing pain to her left rib area. The defendant then retrieved a bottle of bleach and sprayed bleach on her several items, causing it to get on her face, shirt, and right arm, causing a painful burning sensation. The defendant then pushed her once more, causing her to hit her head against the door frame, causing pain and a laceration. The defendant then bit the complainant's right arm with his teeth.
Mr. Rojas, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. A protective order has been issued in this case. I would suggest that you get to know it. If you violate the protective order, it's very possible the state files an additional case against you, a violation of a protective order, and that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. You pick up a VPO, things will go sideways real quick. Do you understand? No contact means no contact in any way, and that's what I'm ordering you now. Don't be in possession of any weapons, and you shouldn't have weapons as it is. Do you understand? We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer, so I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. We'll get your bond conditions, we'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go.
Can I apply for a court appointment?
What do you do for a living?
I'm unemployed right now. I lost my job like 3 months ago.
Why?
Because they had shut down the company that I was working with.
So how are you eating now? How do you get money?
What I can on the side, cut your pressure wash, whatever comes up, but I don't think it's gonna be enough for a lawyer. I'm saying.
When are you gonna get a job? I mean, have you not?
Fine. I'm just waiting to see if I get a call back from somebody.
All right, I'll have you fill out an application. I'll take a look at it. Mr. Rojas, heed this warning. Don't have any contact with this person. You understand? All right, please.
Yes, sir.
Roland, Crystal, page 34.
Is it Crystal Rollins?
Rollins, yes.
Ma'am, you charged her driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On November 20th, 2024, the officer was dispatched in regards to an intoxicated driver. The caller stated the defendant's motor vehicle was failing to maintain a single marked lane and almost hit a wall and struck multiple curbs. The caller pursued the vehicle for approximately 5.36 miles before the officer arrived. Upon arrival, the officer made contact with the defendant, who stated she was sorry and advised she did not know where she was. The officer observed the defendant with unsteady balance and appeared disoriented. Standard field sobriety tests were performed, HGN 4 out of 6, and the defendant was unable to follow instructions on the walk and turn and refused to conduct the test. DICs were read but refused. Blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Okay, any priority to be honest?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Rollins, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Yes.
Okay. Do you run a license? All right. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You understand?
Yes.
I'm not asking much. Just don't consume alcohol or illegal drugs. That's it. Now, I see that you do have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but just stay in touch with Ms. Turner and she'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. For now, we'll just have you sign a reset, get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and then you're welcome to wait for your lawyer back. Okay? Please.
Right this way.
What's the name?
Rollins, top of 34.
Thank you, Judge.
Geraldick Marshall, page 38.
Good morning, Mr. Survic. So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. So you are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On November 22nd, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle after observing it travel at a high rate of speed, 70 to 75 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour zone. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer noticed the defendant with red, watery eyes and a food or alcoholic beverage. The officer further saw the defendant was slow to react and was swaying side to side. Standard field sobriety tests were performed, HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to direct. The results were 0.153 and 0.155.
Got it. Any priority to be honest?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Survic, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Does he have a Texas driver license? Alex. Do you have liability insurance in your name? Sir. All right. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
I see that you have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer. So I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court. Just stay in touch with Mr. Nelson and they'll tell you when you have to come back to court. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria while you get your with police for your bond conditions, and then you're welcome to wait for your lawyer back. All right, please.
Next judge is page 1, Ayala. Come on up.
You are Walter Ayala. Do you speak English or no? Okay, Mr. Ayala, you're charged with driving while your license is suspended. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. The officer conducted a traffic stop after the defendant failed to move over or slow down while the officer was conducting a previous traffic stop. While running the defendant's license, the officer found the license was returned as not eligible, and the defendant had a previous conviction of DWI in 2003.
What was the stop?
He failed to move over or slow down while the officer was conducting a traffic stop.
All right, Mr. Ayala, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. You're not allowed to drive. Do not drive. If you want to drive, go get your license, get liability insurance. But until that point, you will be signing an affidavit with me today promising you're not going to drive. I don't care what your excuse is. Do you understand? We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So first I'll have you come up here, swear to that you're not going to drive. I'll get you Victoria, sign a reset, and then you're out of here. When you come back, let's have a lawyer, sir.
Judge, next is case 4, Beck, Brianna.
Come up, Mr. Barahona.
He had the BVR, but looking at the whole case as well, even if he wins the BVR, he still has a case pending. We've worked out a deal on the case where we hope you would accept the plea deal.
Yeah. Is it 30 days? Yes.
I'd like to do that.
You know, the thing that you need to understand is from now on, you won't be with me anymore. You will be in felony court. No matter how old you are, no matter where you go, no matter what you're doing, the only thing that officers look at, they look at you, they smell you, and they look at your record. And if they see anything funky, all you're going to end up doing is in felony court. And if you thought it was bad here, wait till you get to felony court. It doesn't get easier. It only gets worse. And over there, they have a lot more resources than I do, and they can keep you for a long time. So if I were you, even if you had a sip, I wouldn't get into a car because you're taking a humongous risk, and it's not worth it. You understand?
I understand.
The agreement that you guys have worked out is 30 days in jail. You work out this agreement where, do your time, you get out. This is another proverbial slap on the wrist because it's not like you're doing that much time. But the problem is that you're young. I mean, what are you, 33 now, 35?
27.
27, and now you have 2 DWIs on your record. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. Shh. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, there's no going back. Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
Complete to the office. Guilty. I'll find you guilty, send you to 30 days in jail. How much credit does he have? It's 4 days credit. So is he going to go in now?
Judge, I would request you allow him to turn himself in before 6.
Okay, I'm okay with it.
Do that? Okay.
But don't use and don't show up late, because if you show up at 6:01, 6:05, they're not going to take you. And we're going to have a whole other set of issues. So just remember, don't get into a car. It's not hard,
Yeah.
An Uber, $20, $30, anywhere you want to go, man. No matter how, start using that. All right. I'm going to suspend your license for a year. I have to suspend it. I'm going to do it for a year. Don't drive until you get a license. All right. And then we'll just have you turn in by 6 p.m.
Judge, so he'll turn himself in by 6. The second thing is, would you consider waiving the Supermax fine? I'm appointed on his case.
I get it, but I mean, it's how do we,
Well, I think one of the options is if he's been appointed, he's been found indigent, so he should be found indigent for the purposes of that also.
I continue to reward Mr. Barahona when he's continued to violate one way or the other.
Well, it's not a reward, Judge. He's indigent. He's indigent. Judge, he qualifies. He's indigent.
What do you do for a living? You work, you're a painter.
I'm a painter.
Yeah, how much money do you make a month?
It depends on the season, from November to February, it's usually very slow and starts to pick up around springtime. And I'm an independent contractor, so it just depends how that year goes for me.
What do you think?
I think it will just defer to the.
I'll tell you, Mr. Barahona, you're not going to see me anymore. You pick up any new cases, you're going to be up there. All right, I'll wait it. Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Good luck, Mr. Barahona.
Thank you.
Finally, a 17-year-old on bond for DWI begs the judge for permission to work a night shift, his mother vouching for him. But Judge Fleischer is scared. The teen already violated bond by testing positive for alcohol. I don't know what's going on at 3 o'clock in the morning, the judge admits, his concern for public safety battling with a desire to see the young man succeed. In a pivotal moment of mercy mixed with strict oversight, he allows the shift but attaches a GPS monitor and a curfew. It's a final, fragile chance for a teenager at a dangerous crossroads.
Hold on. He has an enhancement.
I don't think the enhancement changes the deal though, Judge.
It might be just the prior DWI. That's it, not to make it 90. Is it true that you had the prior DWI in 2019?
Yes.
Okay, true to the enhancement. It's not going to make it 90.
Right, it's
Okay,
still
all right.
30. Okay.
Okay, good luck, sir.
I spoke with the state. They got to talk to their chief about whether or not they're going to dismiss it because they can't talk it out. But she told me to put it on for the end of the week. The state. So are you going to keep it or?
Can you bring Mr. Shelby out, please? Lori, if it ever hits 1% again, I'm ordering him as a condition of his bond to have it over 1%. And if I find that it hits 1% again, then I'm going to take it. And that's it.
He said he was only charging it once a day, and I told him right before he went to bed, and I told him you need to charge it 3 times a day.
I don't know how often you got to try.
I don't know either, but if I say 3 times a day, it'll be fine.
You only need to charge it once a day for a minimum of an hour to keep it at a good battery percentage. And then if you're having any trouble, he's more than welcome to always go over to pre-trial services and we can get it checked out.
Okay.
If it's malfunctioning in some
Well,
sort, but we.
when he comes out, tell him. He needs to hear
I can send them over there, they can re-go over all the instructions.
Okay, I think that would be good.
You need to understand one thing, Mr. Shelby. You don't have anyone that's going to pony up any kind of money to get you out. So when you go to jail, that's where you stay. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
I am now ordering you to have your ankle monitor over 1% charged. And if it hits a dead battery again, so will your bond. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
What did I just say?
Keep your charge.
You must charge this thing 1 hour every single day.
Yes, sir.
What did I just say?
Keep it charged every day.
No, that's not what
No,
he
that's
said.
not what I said. You have to charge your ankle monitor for 1 hour every single day.
1 hour every single day.
What happens if you don't?
I go to jail.
Amen.
Correct. I will not play this game again. 3 strikes, you're out. And I don't care who is in here arguing on your behalf. I will not play this game with you again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Lauren.
All right, Mr. Shelby.
Okay.